kids, the word of the day is fuse. And in typical Keith Urban way, it doesn't have just one meaning, does it?
That's right. Something that's about to ignite and the bringing together of elements.
You've created such a signature Keith Urban sound. How do you retain that and still explore?
Well, I think trying to expand it, that's all I've been trying to do is expand it. You know, I'm not trying to make a record that doesn't sound anything like me. It sounds like me, but an expanded version, so there's new elements in there. I've written with drum machines and banjos most of the last decade. It's primarily what I use to write. And so there's always been this robotic, rhythmic element to the organic music. And I love how those two things come together. And I think there's just still infinite ways to explore those. I mean, everything had to be new once.
I just want to sing a little chill song, get my groove on, pour something strong down in my drink.
If the song feels right, if it feels right. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just feeling. Does it feel right?
Yeah.
It's even more important than the sound of it. Does it feel right?
Oh, no, that I don't need a whole lot of anything. I just want a little bit of everything. Na 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 na, na 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 na.
A little bit of everything is the first taste we're getting off of Fuse. Is it a good representation?
I certainly couldn't pick one song that I think tells you what the record's like. There really wasn't one song that seemed to do that. So I'm really looking forward, like a lot of artists, I'm looking forward to getting more singles out and particularly getting the album out.
About the Light the Fuse tour,
Yeah.
where the word fuse pops in. This is where the ignition point, the
Yeah.
definition of the word comes to play, right?
Yeah, I knew what I was going to call the album when I named the tour. So it was intentional for the album title to be in there. But it also feels like it's a very combustible thing, and playing live, certainly the way I like to do it is very combustible, so it seemed like a really fitting title for a live tour.
You could be a panther on the corner street.
The challenge you always face and you find a way to overcome each new production is find a way to even break down the barrier between you and the fan even more. What have you done this time to even further that process?
Come and see us live.
And the interesting part is you're launching this tour and the first chance fans are going to get to hear this new music is right here from the stage.
Yeah, so well, I'm trying to figure out how many songs off the record to do. I go to concerts too, and I'm like, sometimes I want to hear one of the new songs, and sometimes I'm like, let me play something off the new record, play one of the old ones, you know.
Can you do that on the fly just by judging the crowd?
Yeah, and that's how we'll do it. I think we'll have X amount of songs ready to slip in. If it's not working for any number of reasons, then we got to flip it quickly.
One of the funniest tour launch videos I've ever seen, when you announced your package for this tour with Little Big Town and Dustin Lynch.
In the car.
How much fun was that to put
It was a
together?
blast. It was really fun. And we were just trying to pick songs that we would probably not normally do. I mean, you know, Dustin in his cowboy hat singing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go is just fantastic. It's my favorite moment.
Wake me up before you go, go. Leave me hanging on like a yo-yo.
Gonna make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world.
And then Jimmy from Little Big Town singing, you know, The Only Girl in the World by Rihanna. It's just fantastic.
What it did was actually paint the picture of what the friendship is
Yeah.
of this group.
Yeah.
You really painted it's like, hey, this isn't just slapping some artists on a stage.
No.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's camaraderie, genuine camaraderie. I like that. I like it in my band. I like it in any kind of ensemble, collaborative place. I want to have that sense of camaraderie. I like to see it when I'm in an audience. I love it when I can see that all the artists obviously get along. The audiences pick up on that. They can feel it, and then they feel a part of it. And I like that. The album and the tour, all of it, sort of goes together creatively, and it was trying to fuse elements together. Musically speaking, visually speaking, all of it really. The frontier of all originality is just finding new ways to bring things together. I mean, it's all been done, so it's always trying to find a different take on it, really.